Tonight is the most blessed and most joyful night of the year as we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. Friends, my dear brothers and sisters, it is interesting to note that the first Easter in the history of the church is very similar to what we are experiencing now. Similar in a sense, because on the first Easter, the disciples were hiding in a room because they were afraid to be crucified next to their master. They were hiding because of the fear of the local Jewish authorities. Like the disciples, nowadays, we found ourselves locked inside our homes. Not because of the Jews, but because we are scared of the virus, right? COVID-19 is like that stone in the tomb of Jesus that caged us inside our homes. COVID-19 is like that stone in the tomb of Jesus that imprisoned us, so to say, inside our homes. The virus is like that stone that restrain us from moving out. My dear brothers and sisters, tonight, allow me to share three important points of reflection. First, are you not aware that "do not be afraid" was the first word of the resurrected Jesus? It is also the same message that the angel told to the first witnesses of the resurrection, the women. Do not be afraid. I think this is what the Lord wanted to tell us in this moment of pandemic. Do not be afraid, because Easter is reminding us not to be scared. Friends, do not be afraid. Replace your fears with faith. Be brave. Don't be scared. If death was defeated by Jesus, and so is the virus, remember that. If God defeated death, He can also defeat the virus. Therefore, let us be men and women of joy. Our job is to give joy. That's the message of the angel. Do not be afraid means be men and women of joy. Give joy. Don't kill the joy. Friends, this Easter, give joy. Don't be a kill joy. Fear not. Do not be afraid. Second point of reflection that I need to give more importance is that our gospel for tonight is from the account of Matthew chapter 28 verses 1 to 10. I love how Matthew described the episode of the resurrection. And our gospel started with this pericope, and it says, this is how Matthew started the account of the resurrection. After the Sabbath, at the first day of the week, was dawning. The resurrection happened at dawn. It was at dawn. Dawn. It means it's almost morning but not yet. Morning but not yet. Happened the first week was dawning, as the first day of the week was dawning. What does this trying to tell us? Well, it happened at dawn because the Lord is trying to tell us today that our fight against COVID-19 is almost over. Yes, it's almost over. We're coming towards an end of the fight against this virus. It happened at dawn because the Lord wanted to tell us that the best is yet to come. Sunrise is about to shine. Dawn means new day. Dawn means new possibilities, new hope, new blessings. Indeed, It is a blessing because at dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary encountered the angel. Another message of hope. Angel. An angel is another concrete sign of hope. It means someone is here sent to protect us. The angel in today's gospel appeared to tell us and to show us that the tomb is empty. The tomb is empty. It means Jesus conquers the power of death. Empty tomb signifies that those who believe in Jesus will also be resurrected. Empty tomb is an assurance of hope. Friends, my dear brothers and sisters, do not be afraid to be empty. Because it is in the emptiness that God will satisfy us. If you are not empty, there is no more place for God to fill you. Therefore, look into the future even in our failures. Emptiness means hoping even in a hopeless situation. Emptiness means anticipating victory even in the face of defeat. We have to be brave even if it is scary. Even our paycheck or salary is low, learn to smile, learn to hope. Why? Why? You know why? Because God will always send an angel bringing a message with great news. And what's the news? The news is Jesus is risen. The tomb is empty. What a great news, my dear friends. In a moment like this, you know what? God will send an angel to roll down our stone of fears. God will send an angel to roll down our stones of depressions, our stones of frustrations. Brothers and sisters, hope, for everything is going to be right. I say it again, hope, for everything is going to be right. Nowadays, the news is telling us that millions are dying because of this virus. Those infected by virus, millions of them are dying. It may sound funny though, but even though millions are dying, I still believe that you know what? 9 months from now, more millions of babies will be added in our populations. I'm not sure, but maybe, who knows? The angel rolled down the stone because it wanted to tell us that Jesus is not meant to stay in the tomb forever. Rolling down of stone, it means the sun is about to shine. Hey, it's almost morning, my dear friends. The stone was rolled down because we are not meant to linger or to stay inside our home forever. Go out from your tomb. And as what the angel told to the women, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary, the instruction was, tell your brothers to go to Galilee because there they will see him again. Wow. Beautiful image of the resurrection. Galilee. One day, Calvary is over and we will march into Galilee. And that Galilee stands for glory, and that Galilee stands for new promises, new hope. Finally, my dear brothers and sisters, you know what? Jesus is like us. He was quarantined in the tomb. He was quarantined in the tomb. He experienced being locked down inside the tomb. But the good news was, the lockdown was only temporary. The resurrection of Jesus is reminding us that all problems has an expiration date. This is very beautiful. Every problem has an expiration date. Remember that, my dear friends. I also believe that all the trials we are experiencing now are temporary. All trials are temporary. Pain is only passing. Tears is just a moment. Sorrow is just a moment. We can have joy when we remember that trials are temporary. My dear brothers and sisters, at the end of the resurrection, I was surprised because at the end of the gospel, it says that the end of the resurrection is to worship the Lord. Worship the Lord. Friends, brothers and sisters, worship Him because without Jesus, our faith in the resurrection is null and void. Worship Him, for the sun is about to shine. And finally, are you not aware that Jesus died at the age of 33? That's the only span of the life of Jesus. He only lived for 33 years. It tells us a very clear message. It tells us that the goal of life is not to live long, but to live well. The purpose of life is not to live long, but to live well. Better short but memorable than long but miserable. Friends, to live a memorable life, the secret is to worship the Lord alone. If we wish, if we wanted, if we aspire to have a memorable life, worship the Lord. Today, wishing you guys a happy Easter. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Happy Easter, my dear brothers and sisters. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Amen.